Hi everyone, it's Alex Ward here. I am going to be doing your tutorial on how to find and fulfill your trade record sheet. So first off, let me just share my screen here. This is where you're going to find your trade record sheet, one of two spots. The first spot is Max Central. So you can go in, homepage, resource library, in-house office forms, Devonshire Realty, and then you will find trade record sheet. So you can either click it to just open it as a preview, or you can download it to your computer. So we're going to assume that's the first way. The second way is to go in through Paragon, go into resources, then over to Create Web Forms, log in again, and it will eventually work. And then once you're in, eventually Create Web Forms will actually upload for us. And then it will be in your transaction kit. So if I just pick, I think I have a test. Yeah, so here would be, it would be in your forms. So this one might not be the best one. I think I have condo test as an example, forms, then look up trade, and then there's your trade record form. So those are your two different ways. If you want to keep it through your transaction kit, which I will be doing another video on how to use our transaction kits and our templates. But that is the two ways to find it, Max Central and Create Web Forms. If you can't find it as well, I can always email you a copy, or Skylar or Amanda can email you a copy as well. So now let's go into how to fill it out, because this is it's new. We changed them up near the end of December, but just want to make sure that you guys are able to see it. So here is the new trade record form. So it was a combination of the Sherwood Park office, combination of the Edmonton office, kind of put in together to be one, so that this way it's more effective for everyone and it's one form that makes sense. So starting at the very top, if you have an MLS, if it is an MLS listing, whether it's your MLS listing or you're representing the buyer for it, this is where you would put in the MLS number. If it is an exclusive listing of either yours or someone else's, don't worry about the MLS number, just simply click exclusive. The form is very adaptable as well, and you can fill it out as you go. So up here, you fill in the property address to the property, the lot, block, and plan. So lot 1, block 2, plan, don't know. When did the offer become official? So what date did you guys officially agree on the offer, and all initials and everything was done? So let's just use today's date as an example. So February 2nd, 2021. When is the proposed possession date? So this is based off what's in the purchase contract. So let's say April 1st, 2021. What conditions are there? We have space for 3 conditions. You may have more than 3 conditions, especially if you're doing a country residential property or some commercial properties. However, the 3 most common, of course, are financing, home inspection, and condo docs, and or sale of buyer's home. So we have space for 3. If you're doing one that has more than 3 conditions, just try and double them up. So if you're doing water, septic tank, property schedule, those type of things as conditions, just try and add them together. But for today's purposes, we're just going to go financing, it's going to be removed on Feb 12th, 2021. We have a home inspection condition, also Feb 12, 2021. We don't have a third condition, so we'll just leave that blank. If you want a thank you letter sent on behalf of the brokerage, just click thank you letter. If you don't, leave it blank. If it's your listing that you just received the offer on and you want it to go to pending status, click off this. If you leave this blank, you must include the conditional sales disclosure form or disclosure conditional form, and then select it. It must be signed by the buyer or from the seller. Otherwise, it will go to pending status, but click this off if you want it to go to pending. What's the initial deposit? So this is where, let's say it was a $10,000 deposit held by us, and it is due, we're going to say that this was our listing. So held by us, due February 7th, 2021. I'm going to just make up a listing number that makes no sense. So this is the next key piece. We need as much information as possible. So if we're doing this as an example as if it was our listing. So we're going to have a fake seller and this seller. Their address was Fake Street. Postal code is who know, make it up. And same with their phone number. So it is imperative that you do fill out a phone number because sometimes lawyers need this contact information, need to get in contact with your buyers and your sellers. So it's good that you fill out this in full. If you don't know the seller's information right away, that's okay. You can always email that off later, but try and get as much information as quick as possible as you can. So in this case, I'm going to say that it was me, our brokerage. I'm out of the Edmonton, designated out of the Edmonton office, right? I think this is our fax number. Then who's the buyer? So then we fill out the buyer's information. And I'm just tabbing when I'm going through this to fill it out. Don't have a buyer's name. If you don't know the buyer's information, that's totally okay. Other than their name, who their lawyer is going to be. Again, this is as if we're representing the seller. If you're representing the buyer, we need the full buyer's information. Buyer's agent, right? Whatever their name is. Some other brokerage. Fill out the address completely. So and phone number. This can be found if you're going, it will have their information on the bottom of the listing sheet. So if you can click on that or use what's in the purchase contract as their designated phone number and fax number. Here in notes, I'm going to ask that you put your client's email address. And the reason why that's going to be imperative is because we need their email address to add them into our new program, new MoveSnap, that is going to be announced, that's going to be coming and going to be a brokerage initiative to help support your clients. So we're going to need your client's email address so that we can say, so in this case, fake seller, and their email address is fake.seller@mail.ca. Right, so that's pretty self-explanatory. Just fill in all the information, nice and simple, fill it out, just keep tabbing along and then you'll be able to go through it. Now, once you get to the commission piece, that's where it becomes a little bit more complicated. So if we're representing the seller, we need to fill out the complete information, right? So how much should it sell for? So let's just say it sold for $400,000. Right? Listing agent is me. I did not co-list it with anyone. So nothing goes under second agent. Buying agent was someone else. and there's no referral piece. The commission, so that is our fee that we charge. So I charge 7 and 3. And then this is what I'm earning. So I'm earning 3.5, 1.5, and I offered 3.5 / 1.5. So the total gross commission for this case would be 16,000. I'm earning 8,000, and someone else is earning 8,000. The GST on that is $400. Oh, sorry, 800 because it's the total. 400 for listing agent and 400 for someone else. Now, if you're just tabbing, it will not let you fill in the deal fee or split or the GST on the deal fee or split on the total section. And the reason why it won't let you fill that out is because that's not applicable. This total section is just what the total amount of commission the brokerage is earning. In the next slots is where you determine whether or not, or how much a deal fee or split is based on your thing. So in my case, I'm on a $750 deal fee. So I'm going to put $750. I don't know what the other brokerage's deal fee is, so I'm going to leave that blank. And GST on $750, I should have picked one that was a lot easier, but is $37.50. Right? So again, I don't know what their deal fee is for the other brokerage, so I can't figure that out. Now I'm down to the total tab of what we're collecting. So it's 16,000 plus the 800, so it's 16,800. Now for mine, I calculate what my gross commission is plus my GST minus my deal fee minus the GST on my deal fee. So that's 8,000 plus 400 minus 750 minus 3750 equals 7,612.50. For the other brokerage, for someone else, I don't know. Again, I don't know what their deal fee or split is. So we are sending the other brokerage that amount of 8,400. So then you just save as a PDF and then attach it with the rest of your documents to the brokerage. So now, if we were to change this and use this as an example, still using the $400 amount, but let's say I did it as a co-list with someone else in the office. So let's just say I co-listed it with my best friend, right? So no, I'll just count. There we go. So now here, instead of writing 3.5, 1.5, I'm going to say 50%. And here I'm going to write 50%. We did a full co-list. I'm still offering the other brokerage 3.5, 1.5, so they still get their full amount. But here, because it's 50% of what I'll be earning, it would be 4,000. And here would be 4,000, not 40,000, 4,000. Other brokerage remains the same. Here, now it would be $200 GST, $200 GST. We both happen to be on a deal fee split that we know about. So then I'm going to put 50% of my deal fee, which is $375. They're on a deal fee split of $375. Again, we don't know what the other brokerage is. If you don't know what your co-list's deal fee is or split, don't worry. Just don't put it in. We will calculate it all for you, or have two people fill out their transaction. So now that changes this to $18.75. So $18.75. Again, we don't know what the other brokerage is charging. We haven't changed anything on that end. So now we do the 4,000 plus the 200 minus the 375 minus the 1875, which gives us 3,806.25. Well, I have double. Right, so then it would be the same for the both of us. Other brokerage is still receiving its full amount. Now, new example, let's just say, let's clear all these out. Now let's do it as if we're a buyer, representing a buying client. Obviously, up top, you would change the selling agent and the buyer's agent to be reflective of which brokerage you're representing. So it would change, I would change from seller agent to buyer agent, and someone else would then go from buyer agent to seller agent. But we're just going to go over how to fill out the trade record piece at the bottom, the commission portion. All right, so again, let's use a $400,000 purchase price. The listing agent doesn't matter because it's not our brokerage. So I am the buying agent. The commission that was offered was 3.5/1.5. I am earning 3.5/1.5. The gross commission on that would be 8,000. I then am earning 8,000. And the amount you're putting in the total is the amount the brokerage is receiving from the other brokerage. We don't know how much the listing agent is charging the lister or the seller. They could be doing it for a flat fee. They could be doing it for what? So we don't know. All we are putting in there is what the total amount that we are going to be invoicing the other brokerage for, right? So here, then it would go 400. So it seems like you're doubling up the information, but you're not. The reason is because we're then going to calculate what the total amount is that we're bringing, but then this is where you put in what your agreement is. So again, I have that $750 deal fee, right, which is $37.50. Now, the whole brokerage is receiving $8,400. And I should have remembered what this amount was, but this is again where then we calculate the 8,000 plus the 400 minus the 750 minus the 3750, which gives us 7,612.50. So then that's how you would fill out the trade record sheet. If you are a part of sync, so then let's go again on a $400,000 purchase price that you are representing the buyer. Right, so sync deal is 65, and then this is where you would put sync in the referral portion. So sync would be 35. Right, so then you calculate out, so 8,000 times 0.65 is 5,200, which means that that one is 2,800. Right, so 400, 65% of 400 is 260. So this means that's 140. There's no additional deal fee or split on a sync deal. So then you would just add the two up. So you have 5,200 plus 260, so that's 5,460. And then sync is 2,800 plus 140, so that's 2,940. So then that is how you would fill out if it's a sync deal. If it was on a listing and it was a sync deal, right? Let's fill this out. So now we're going back to this, if this was our listing and this was referred to from a sync person. right? So then you charged 7 and 3. You are the listing agent. No second agent. Buying agent was someone else. Right, so then you got your sync. This is where you put your 65%. And this is where you put in that you offered them 3.5, 1.5. So the total gross commissions then again is 16,000. You're earning 65% of your 50%. So then that was 5,200. Someone else is earning 8,000. Your referral amount to sync was 2,800. The gross GST was 800. Your 65% portion of your 50% is 260. The other brokerage is receiving 400 and 160, 140, sorry, to sync. You don't put in a full deal fee. You don't have a deal fee because it was a sync deal. You don't know what theirs is. There's nothing there. So then you would go down to the bottom, 16,800. And then you'd put this. So 54.60 again. Other brokerage is receiving 8,400. And then sync is 29.40. So that's how you would fill out a trade record sheet through different scenarios. If you're referring someone else in another province or another brokerage and they're receiving a referral fee, that's where it would go there, but you would put 25% and then yourself at the 75%. So I hope this has helped explain how to fill out a trade record sheet. If you do have any questions, do reach out to me directly and I would love to help answer them. As always, have a great day, happy selling, and stay safe, everyone.